AI has completely changed the game in network marketing. In today's episode, I'm going to show you exactly how. Hey, what's happening, my fearless networking friend? Todd Falcone here. This is the real Todd. This is not the AI version. But yeah, AI is completely changing the game in businesses all around the world, and it's absolutely shifting the way things are done in the network marketing profession. If you missed a webinar that I did this last Tuesday unveiling this incredible, what I call unicorn, game-changing technology, the reason I call it a unicorn is, let me ask you a question. How many times have you seen a unicorn? Zero, right? That means they don't exist. Like, nothing like this has ever existed in the entire network marketing space. In the history of us being involved in network marketing, in fact, I've been doing this, as you guys know, for 3.5 decades, and there's been cool things that have come along. Remember when email came along, and then video? First it was like flash video, and then, wow, we could do streaming video, and then we went from dial-up internet access to high-speed internet access to social media. Social media has changed the game, but something that you have absolute control of in being able to utilize artificial intelligence, machine learning, is this thing is phenomenal. I mean, as I mentioned, if you missed it in the promotion of this big webinar that we did this last week, I haven't done a webinar for a group of people in a couple of years. I'm just doing my thing, pushing out trainings, training for companies, doing what I do. But to do a big announcement webinar is not something that I do on the regular. So that's why you heard so much promotion about that. So we just released this new incredible technology. You can find it and look at more details at toddfalcone.ai. That's the website. You'll see it right here on the page. And I got to tell you something, like if you're in network marketing and you use social media, this is going to completely shift things for you guys. You have, until you've had a chance to use this, and the cool thing is you get a free trial with it. So go in there. There's nothing that would prevent you or stop you from at least giving this thing a try. Use it for 7 days. And then the price point on it is so ridiculously cheap that anybody, even if they started yesterday in network marketing, can afford to do it. It's not a high-priced item. And that's another thing that got me really excited to be able to take this piece of technology out to my audience and know that it's like, okay, well, do I have to choose between auto ship and using this thing? Not even close. So let me just kind of go into some of the things that with that, and I'll let the site do the work for me. I'll let the AI do the work for me. But I've been using AI in my business for, I don't know, since AI existed, for probably the last 1.5 to 2 years. And it has completely change things for me. Like, for example, when I do videos, like this video right here, I probably won't chop this one up, but I've been using artificial intelligence to create shorts and reels for me. That saved me over $1,000 a month because I was paying somebody to do that, and now I don't even have to do that anymore. It can do it faster than an editor, better than an editor, and I can get the project done in like 5 minutes versus I have to wait 4 or 5 days, which I used to have to do when I had these guys working for me. So there's a lot of applications. All of you guys have probably heard of ChatGPT. There's hundreds of different AI platforms, but none that have been specific to the network marketing profession, to building a business in network marketing, until this came along. So again, toddfalcone.ai, that's where you can go check it out. But here's the reality. With, like, for example, like people that are influencers, have large followings, people that already use social media and have been, in the game for an extended period of time, those people have thousands of followers or thousands of friends. They're used to posting regularly. They're used to coming up with creative content and doing lives. Like, I mean, even my wife's a great example. Like, I went downstairs right before shooting this video, and she just did like her first live by herself. Like, she literally just did her very first Facebook Live, and she's a very great example, as far as like a person new to network marketing that's never done business online coming into a business for the first time. I don't know how many friends she has. Like, I don't know what it is. I got 5,000 friends, 27,000 followers on my personal page. That's somebody who's been in the business for a period of time. I think she has probably 600 or 700 friends. She's always used Facebook for like real friends, not like, entertaining or educating an audience. So she's actually the perfect example of how this product could be so effective in helping to create more followers or more friends, more engaging content, know exactly what to say to, a person who commented on one of your posts, or you wanted to reach out to somebody and do the non-creepy reach out, which so many people do things that are just not smart and alienate rather than attract. And so this here's the thing. I mean, the AI is smarter than all of us. Okay, it is. It's smarter than me. It's smarter than you. I don't know what your intelligence level is. It doesn't matter, because it just takes into account so much data. And it creates better posts, it creates better replies, it creates better messages that you're going to send to somebody if you wanted to invite them to take a look at your business. And it takes all that heavy burden, that heavy load away from you. Like, I've been pushing out content for, I don't know, I can't count the years. As long as social media has been around, I've been on social media. What is that, 15, 16 years that Facebook's been around? I don't know the exact dates. And you get to a point, and some of you I'm sure can relate to this, especially when you're using social media on the daily, and you're like, oh, like what the heck am I going to post about today? Like, what am I going to say to entertain this ever hungry audience? That's the thing about social media. It's like, you can't just post one time a month and then another time and not respond to your followers or your listeners or whoever that might be attached to you. You have to do it consistently, and I've struggled with that at times. We're like, okay, well, what am I going to say today? Like, seriously, what am I going to say to this audience today? It's like this. When I was using the term like this ever hungry beast, because it feels like that. It's like, oh, you always. It's like like teenagers. It's like, what do you got, a hollow leg? It's like you can eat so much, and it's like you keep on eating and you keep on eating. That's kind of like what social media is, and never again are you going to deal with that challenge. You will never deal with it again. And here's another thing. So this actually blew my mind. I actually just saw this like 10 minutes before I pressed record on this video. So we created a Todd Falcone AI avatar. We gave this system every piece of content that I've ever created, on video, on audio, printed, everything that I've ever done, which is literally thousands of hours of content and data. Every training program, every blog post, everything that I've ever done went into this smart learning system, and it created an AI avatar of me, where you can have me coaching you when you're part of this system. And you're like, hey, what would you say to a prospect, Todd, that said, I don't have the money? It's going to give you the right answer. And this actually blew me away. I just tested a couple languages. I asked it a question, and I asked it to respond to me in French. I'm like, oh, I wonder if Farsi's in there. I did an event in Cairo, Egypt a few years ago, and I was translated into Farsi, and it translated it into Farsi. It'll do it in Chinese, Japanese, German, French, Spanish, you name it. And so you've got a team of people that are in another country. They'll have access to, like, this gives me the opportunity to provide access to all of my years of experience in network marketing into areas that I never would have been able to get into before, because it's very difficult translating a training program or being on stage and being translated into a different language. So again, this is the biggest unicorn, game-changing unicorn. It's a unicorn, Todd. Let's get that right. Unicorn, game-changing piece of technology that's incredibly affordable. I think that anyone and everyone who's in network marketing that is using Facebook or any social media platform, this is a must. This is an absolute must. Kind of like, okay, I got my auto ship and I'm going to be building on social media. This is a tool that I cannot live without. So you're going to be hearing about this, and I'm probably not going to stop talking about it. No, every video is not going to be like this, but this is literally a follow-up video from the launch webinar that we did this last week, and I think you're going to be impressed not only with the user interface. That means like, okay, you log in and you're like, how do I use this thing? There's tutorial videos on how to use it. It's very simple. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever had this where you go into a back office and you're like, oh my gosh, like I've been in so many different network marketing back offices, and they're kind of hard to navigate. It's like, oh, downline reports and tools and resources and this and that and payment options and it takes a while to kind of, you got to spend some time in there. I'll tell you right now, within probably 10, 15 minutes of me using this, I was like, cool, I know exactly what to do. So and I'm not, look, I'll be real honest, like I'm not going to sit here and use self-deprecating humor and go, I'm dumb. I'm not dumb, but I'm not the smartest guy in the world. Sometimes things overwhelm Todd. I get overwhelmed when there's too much information, too much data in front of me, too many moving pieces. And for me to go in there and just bang within 10, 15 minutes, know exactly how to use it, this is insane, okay? So the more you use it, the more it gets to know you, your personality, your style of talking. Like my style is pretty straightforward, direct, kind of blunt. I could use other words for that, but that's my training style. But at the same time, I'm kind of a goofball, and I like to crack jokes, and I like to tell funny stories and layer stories into my education and training. And so I'm a combination of kind of two different things: authenticity and real straightforwardness layered with humor. And it is blowing my mind how quickly this thing is picking up on my tone. When you're thinking about like, oh, I'm just drawing a blank here, and there have been times where I've drawn a blank. You'll never draw a blank. You'll be like, okay, cool, I got a great post here. I got a great one for the afternoon. Oh, what would be the ideal thing for me to say to respond to this person? Boom. And this is the other thing. This to me is probably the single biggest breakthrough, is your ability to, the system will understand and know the proper sales flow and tell you exactly what should be the next step. Should I give them some more information? Should I go for the close? Should I, whatever the step is, it will know based on the previous communication that you had with that individual exactly what the next step is, rather than, oh, should I go for the close right now? What kind of question should I ask them? It knows it. And so that to me is also one of the most powerful things. And for network marketers to have access to this, I'll think about this, and I'll finish with this. And I don't know the exact number. I could probably look it up, but the average person on Facebook has, I think it's 382 friends. If you're following me and you're in network marketing, you probably have more than 382 friends. So you're way above the global average. But think about all the people that we're introducing to the network marketing profession that are coming in here for the very first time. That's the average. And they post once a month. And you're like, hey man, let's get you building on social media. That's going to be a tough road. So now they can come in, they can use this tool, makes them look, like they've been on their game from the very beginning. They'll be more consistent. They won't have to worry about generating content. They won't have to worry about what am I going to say to this prospect? What's the next step with this prospect? And this to me is also mind-blowing. It gets to know your company and your company's products, and I will flat out say this, and don't get mad at me, but it'll probably get to know your products and your company better than you do, which is insane. I had a chance to look at a video of, I'll just say, a very large network marketing company, one of the largest, and they fed it with all this data, and they had attorneys trying to break it and ask it like hard questions, like non-compliant questions. These guys couldn't break it. They were like, I don't even understand. We're trying to break this thing. It doesn't break. So do yourself a favor. Go to toddfalcone.ai. Get it in front of your team. I'm more than happy to come in and do team Zooms, team calls for you, talk about it. You get full access to the AI version of me. And I've already tried to break me. I can't break me. I've tried it. So this is going to be the single greatest game changer for you in getting people to be productive on social media. You're going to get to a point where like, I cannot live without this technology. So again, I invite you to take a look at it. There's a 7-day free trial. Go to toddfalcone.ai. Use it. If you want me to come in and talk about this technology and what it can do for your team, especially if you're newer to using it, reach out to me, send me an email, get connected with me. I'm happy to come in and do a training, come in and train for your team, not just, talk about this AI thing, and then come in at the back end and introduce this amazing new revolutionary tool that I call a unicorn, because that's exactly what it is. Nothing like this has ever hit network marketing. So feel free to reach out to me. You can respond to this wherever I'm at. You can send me an email, and I'm happy to reach out to you, to come in and do a team training for you. I do it all week long for other companies and other organizations. But more than anything, get yourself over to toddfalcone.ai and just start using this tool, okay? By the way, if you're on my podcast and you're on audio and you're not seeing me, then you need to get over to toddfalcone.com/episode 305. That's this episode, toddfalcone.com/episode 305. You guys have an amazing day, and I look forward to working with you.